Hello, you, and welcome to episode 285 of Techspert Weekly. Somewhat coincidentally, also the 285th episode where I've been hideously hungover. Oh, what are the odds, right? Not even kidding, my mouth tastes like I spent last night going down on a skunk with serious hygiene problems. Anyway, if you're new to the channel and Techspert Weekly, you probably expected some chirpy American shouting at you. Oh my god, you guys, iPhone Air 2! Woo! Oh, just shoot me in the head, Jesus, if you have any mercy. Anyway, if you're still actually here for whatever reason, here's an incredibly low energy look at the upcoming iPhone Air 2, followed by the usual drip and sack of viewer comments. Oh, do the jingle. Techspert Weekly! So the original iPhone Air is a brilliant smartphone, as long as all you want to do is hold it and kind of stare at it admiringly. It's pleasingly slim, it's lightweight and yet beautifully balanced in the hand, and as an added bonus, it doesn't really look anything like an iPhone. It's only if you want to actually turn it on and use it to do fun stuff that everything goes to bollocks. Anyway, despite sales being less than stellar, Apple is apparently having yet another crack at this skinny wee git. And we're already seeing extensive leaks for the iPhone Air 2, which is expected to land sometime around spring 2027. Now, the major downfall of the original iPhone Air, and the reason I couldn't wait to prise my SIM back out of the thing, was the battery life. Some other super skinny alternatives, like Motorola's Edge 70, boasted a high-capacity silicon carbon battery, whereas Apple just made do by slapping a tiny lithium cell into the iPhone Air, and then presumably shrugged its shoulders and mumbled, doesn't matter, the twats will still buy it anyway. Having not really spied any iPhone Airs out in the wild, I actually saw quite a surprising number of them when I went to Disneyland Paris this summer. And literally without fail, every single one of them had a chunky brick-like battery pack slapped on that skinny arse. They ended up being thicker than a Blue Whale's love sausage, and about as visually appealing. And so it goes without saying that a battery upgrade is essential for the Air 2, and apparently Apple has complied, sort of. Leaks suggest that the capacity has been boosted from 3,149 mAh to a heart-thumping, trouser-tent-inducing 3,500. That's almost as much as the battery in my pocket calculator. So here's hoping the iPhone Air 2 can actually last past lunchtime on a single charge. Now, critics who don't helplessly pander to Apple in fear of being blacklisted also shat all over the iPhone Air's camera tech. A singular rear sensor that suffers from the usual Apple foibles and proves painfully inflexible for a £1,000 blower. However, according to some online rumour mills, the iPhone Air 2 will apparently double the number of rear shooters, with recent leaks showing this slightly bulky looking camera bar. Is anyone else getting serious ET vibes? Or actually, I think it might look more like a slightly surprised Hey Arnold. The latest leaks reckon that secondary shooter should be a 48 megapixel ultra wide, just to give you an alternative view when needed. And the Air 2 should apparently stick with the same main sensor as the previous effort. Besides that weird dead-eyed camera bump, Apple apparently hasn't tinkered at all with that design. So once again, it's a glass and titanium sandwich sporting the exact same 6.5-inch OLED screen, and most likely the same subpar speaker as well. On the software side, no surprises there, you should expect the latest iOS with a bit of enhanced Siri. That's right, apparently, after all these years, Apple has finally twigged that Siri is about as bright as a coal miner's arsehole. So off they buggered to their great mates Google and got them to lobotomise Siri and slap in a fresh new digital brain. And frankly, they could have stuck in a bag of rocks and it still would have been an improvement. And you can also expect one of Apple's latest A20 chipsets to run the show, which should provide perfectly smooth performance. And last up, the cost. And completely unshockingly, Apple has admitted that yes, prices will be rising for future phones thanks to all the AI dickwits sucking up all the memory. And so I'd imagine the Air 2 will start from at least 1,099 GBPs, certainly a steep price for slimness. So are you absolutely thrilled at the prospect of an iPhone Air 2 coming into existence next year? Your pants already catapulted enthusiastically across the room? And please do let us know the full gory details down below. And now, if my skull doesn't actually implode, it's time for viewer comments.
Part down, bruv!
So let's start this week with Next with Mark. You read Mark, who says, "Hi Techspert, how's it going?" Well, I mean, I guess apart from the fact that my head feels like a rabid grizzly bear is trying to f*** my cerebellum into mush, and my mouth definitely still tastes like I've made out with the floor. Other than that, I'm just lovely, peachy, top of the world. Thanks for asking, Mark. Hope you're having a good one too, mate. Next up, Hardpart 6080 says, Krombacher and the Spurt, my Friday nights have changed. For the better, right? Yeah, that German beer, mate, that just slaps on a whole different level. It must be the fact that they brew it using, you know, like crisp, fresh mountain stream water or whatever the f***, rather than the piss bilge that passes as water in this country. Because, you know, if there's ever even a drop of clean water to be found anywhere in Blighty, our heroic utilities companies will be straight there to pump it full of sewage and herpes. Aaron says, a new channel is needed, Anime Spurt. That's a great idea, but I mean, as it is, I'm already struggling to get more than 1 or 2 videos live on the Spurtall every month. But you know, I could certainly be tempted to spaff out some kind of anime shenanigans on the Spurtall at some point. You know, something like top 10 anime to break your fragile little mind and give you anxiety dreams for years because you accidentally watched them on Channel 4 at 1:30 in the morning without knowing anything about what they were actually about. You know, they made me the man I am today. YVXW1C830 says, overinflated prostate is when I cut off the vid. I mean, I think that was about 10 minutes into the previous episode, so you certainly hung in there a lot longer than everyone else. Yogi100 says, Trouserial Terror, I'm slurring that stone cold sober. Uncle Spurt has talents beyond phone reviews. Oscar Wilde, eat your heart out. I mean, obviously I am often compared to Oscar Wilde for my linguistic abilities. Him and that other one, what's his name? Oh, Jimmy Nail. That's it. Lyrical genius. Deep Tangshu says, I can give you spur tribute. The mind absolutely boggles. Osakioto RFC says, love your videos, Baldy. Cheers me up after watching Rangers lose every game we play. Time for a weekend away at a Haven campsite to drink my sorrows away. Hey ho, I treated myself to the Z Fold 8 Ultra this week, so not all doom and gloom. Well, that's good. So now you've got a really big fold-out screen to watch Rangers absolutely shit the bed. If my booze-soaked brain remembers correctly, I think you lads signed Dan Neil off us, right? So hopefully he's getting some good game time and putting in some good performances still. Really highly rated that lad. He was proper good for us. Will Rivera says, do you watch Ted Lasso? I mean, it's on Apple TV, so no. Bonkers About Alice says, you reviewing the new Honor Robot phone? It looks insane. I've had a surprising number of people asking me about that, even people who aren't really tech fans, so it shows that their marketing campaign has done spectacularly well for this. I mean, a lot of people who've been asking me about it had no idea who Honor even were. And the robot phone certainly could be a good option for any vloggers out there who shoot on the go quite a lot. Although, as with those phones with the dinky pop-up selfie cameras from back in the day, you know, any moving parts you've got to be careful with. If you drop that bugger, that's probably it absolutely f***ed right off. And so if I ever do review it, I'll probably have to be a bit more careful with my drinking. And it's great to see tech that's a wee bit different, but yeah, I mean, this is obviously just a massive headline grabber for Honor to get their name out there, and one that's working really bloody well. Mighty Samurai says, hey Techspert, I'm a really big fan of your phone wallpaper choices. From where do you get them? Well, it's jingle time, baby.
Wall.alphacoders.com, wall.alphacoders.com. That's where my wallpapers come from. Wall.alphacoders.com.
DM Coco 179 says, kinda premature to see Techspert weekly, or am I time traveling? As in, you mean I actually published an episode 1 week after the last one, which is kind of what I'm supposed to do. Gullareva 011 says, I saw you in London Bridge, mate. To which Alright Dave replied, everyone in London Bridge looks like Spurt. That'll be all of the homeless. And Jedi Polar Bear says, Fist of the North Star the musical sounds like Saturday night out in Sunderland. Yeah, except there the singing is actually just screaming. Hikari says, Unk's voice is majestic. Well, thank you very much. Jesus Never sing on a hangover. Oh God, this next one's all about booze, which I really do not feel like talking about today. But John Paul Graham says, used to drink Blastaways back in the day, Diamond White and Castaway. Oh, excuse me, the old gag reflex usually gets a bit violent, even at the mention of Diamond White. I gotta say, I haven't projectile vomited quite as spectacularly since I stopped drinking that stuff. Well, the best thing about Diamond White is, not only does it f*** you right up, but it's also great for cleaning the bathroom grout. I have absolutely no idea what Castaway is, though. I've got to admit, that's a new one on me. Kind of sounds like some dodgy rum that's made in Luton or something. And JPG continues, also used to drink Green Monsters, but apart from Blue Curacao, I can't remember what was actually in it. Oh, well, let's do a bit of reverse engineering then. So, green. So what makes green? Blue and yellow? I mean, me, this is actual kindergarten stuff right here. It's yellow, isn't it? Blue and yellow make green. So you've got the blue curacao. So what is yellow and packed with booze, other than my piss, obviously? All I can really think of is limoncello right now, but that and blue curacao, that doesn't sound like a combination made in heaven. Although, frankly, having drunk many a cocktail in Wetherspoons, I've certainly tried worse. Anyway, for the sake of pretty much everyone involved, I think it's probably a good idea to bring this to a close right now. But a massive thank you to everyone who commented last week. Please do tappity tap your comments in the comment tappity tap bit below. I'll get through as many of those as possible next week. And speaking of next week, what the f*** is next week? So it's been a really busy couple of weeks for phone shenanigans with Samsung and Google and everything, but next week, bit of a change of tack. You may have noticed recently that I've got a frankly ludicrous number of wearables strapped to my arms, and to the point where I've actually been going out in long sleeve tops despite the 35-degree heat. Not because I'm self-conscious or anything, I mean, quite clearly I have no shame. It's more that I just don't want to get mugged or anything. But yeah, should have a Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 and a Pixel Watch 5 reviews coming at you shortly. And then in a week's time, your Uncle Spurt's off to Berlin for the big old IFA Tech Expo, as usual, the International Funky Stallion something or other. And as always, you can expect lots of shiny new bollocks to launch out there, and your Uncle Spurt will be present, one hand fondling all the new bits, the other firmly clutching either a sausage or a stein. Unfortunately, because of all the IFA shenanigans, it does mean that there's going to be another week or two gap before the next Expert Weekly. Sorry, soz, etc. But to make up for it, I'm going to try and get a couple of wee videos live on the Spurt Hole, so go subscribe to that if you haven't already. You'll see more videos like this, except where I'm drunk rather than hungover. And there might possibly be something to do with this wee chap here going live next week as well. Tease, tease, tease. So as always, a massive thanks for watching this shower of shit to the bitter end. I'll try and bring a bit more energy in the next episode, whenever the bloody hell that's going to be. In the meantime, please do subscribe, ding that notifications bell, all the usual YouTube bollocks, and make sure you have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful weekend. Cheers, everybody. Love you.